This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Squarespace. Turn your great idea into a reality with Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project. Whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind, with beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything, you can easily make a beautiful website yourself. And if you do get stuck, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. Head over to squarespace.com/bangbang for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code BANGBANG to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Wet holes are greater than dry holes. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Yeah. Sorry about that. Chef's Toilet. Thanks for that catchphrase submission. Ooh, boy, Chef's Toilet. First time, last time for Chef's Toilet. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang for another edition. And what an incredible episode we have. Coming up a little later, we have a homemaker, and that's very exciting. I always like to talk to people about their various, the duties they have. I don't know if they're actually duties or whether she chooses to do so. But we'll be talking to Prudence Fart a little bit later, as well as we have two hoteliers coming up. I don't know which hotel they in which they are in charge of, but we will certainly find out about that a little later. But coming up first, this is the first time he has ever been on the show, and as one talk show host to another talk show host, we're really going to meet in the middle here, I guess. If that's is that what happens when talk show hosts meet? They meet in the middle?
I don't speak till I'm introduced.
Oh, okay. He is the former host of... is that the case with all of your guests on your show? They don't speak until they're introduced?
I don't speak till you complete a thought.
Until I complete a thought. All right. He is the former host of Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
There you go. Now they know who it is. You know, because my voice is very similar in pitch to Alan Alda. So
Right.
I did not want to begin speaking before
because
I was introduced.
we may think that it is actually the former star of MASH. Although
Exactly.
he's not the former host of MASH. Would you consider the number one on the call sheet to be the host of any show, regardless of be it a narrative or be it a talk show?
Yes.
Great.
The host is number one.
Host is always number
The only
one.
reason to have a show is to host it, I believe.
Right.
You know.
So when Alan
and I don't mean
Alda-
to offend anyone who's here in a secondary role.
Certainly. But number one to number one, you and I have both been number one on call sheets in our lives.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
I feel sorry for those who have not.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I mean?
think-
It's a
think to
special
be-
experience.
Yeah, it's amazing to be the number one. It's the only reason I've always wanted to have a TV show because I get to be in charge. And that's the part I always loved about it.
You are in charge of your show as well. Like, you give orders, don't you?
Yes, I bark orders.
Yes.
It's a military chain of command on my show.
Do you have like a special football like the president has where there's nuclear codes of any sort? Or?
Yes. There's if things get really dire, we can initiate the nuclear option. And we book Al Roker. But that's something that you hope never happens.
How many times, and I'll introduce you in a second, how many times has Al Roker been on the show?
On the old show, he was on something like 800 times.
800 times. That's amazing.
Yeah, and that was in 1 year, which was very hard to do.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
How many shows would you do in a year? I'm trying to tally it up. If you had 50 weeks in a year, you do 5 shows. That's 250 shows.
Let me
yet
make
you
this
took time off.
Let me make this simple for you. We just passed the 4,000 show mark.
Wow.
Not long ago. So I've done over 4,000 shows, 40 of which I'm told are quite good.
And are all of those, and I'll introduce you in just one little
It's
bit.
Conan O'Brien.
Oh, it's Conan O'Brien is here.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome
Yeah,
to the show.
yeah.
First time we established about a month ago, by the way, when you tape your first time, it's first time, last time as well. You have to tape your last episode as well.
This was a mistake.
So
I'm
not saying they have to be
This
the
will
same-
not be repeated.
I'm not saying they have to be the same episode. Just after this one, you have to tape your last episode. And then
There's another one after this, which is my
and then,
farewell.
Yes, and then we can do ones in between.
I'm
but
pretty
just-
sure we can sort of shove the farewell into this one.
Okay, great. 4,000 shows, and are they all now up online somewhere? I read
They're going up. This is the interesting thing about podcasts. If I gave a date, the person listening might say, well, that's in the past, or is that still in the future? Because podcasts, they're like canned goods. They're out there. Someone might be cracking this open 10 years from now and heating it up over a Bunsen burner and enjoying it. So
I hope that's how people will be enjoying podcasts in the future.
Podcasts will be canned. They'll sit in rendered fat until someone opens them and cooks them. In January of 2019, which is either very soon or in the past,
or very far away,
or never happened because things ended before then. You can watch the collected works of my various shows, all the comedy, in high definition on your computer screen. All you have to do is go to a website.
So you have to guess the combination of words and letters that would lead you to the website.
I would give you right now all of that stuff, but I don't know it.
Probably something
don't know it.
To the effect of Conan is funny.
It's going to be like Conan 25. It's all for the 25th anniversary. No, not that I am 25. I know that that's easily misunderstood. Why is there laughter? Laughter at the rotting Irish head, like a pumpkin in late spring that was put out in October and neglected. It's going to be all the stuff, people are always saying, hey man, how come I can't see Masturbating Bear? I can't see
These
this or I
people
can't
sound
see that.
stupid when you imitate them.
Well, it's all the same person. It's Tommy Chong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm constantly being approached by Tommy Chong, who's a big fan. He's like, hey man, when can I see Masturbating Bear? And I'm saying, look, first of all, where's Cheech? And then we get into a whole
Secondly,
thing.
where's Dave? Dave has not been there for so long.
Yeah, I never was too familiar with their work, but...
That's a reference.
Yeah. No, I know. It's a reference.
Now, when you say all the comedy will be up there, is every part of every show up there? The bands,
yes,
the interviews?
no, it gets interesting. It's very difficult to put the bands up because of music clearance on the web, and this gets boring, but as any good interviewer, you led us into a legal area. Legal cul-de-sac. Good work, Scott. Music is tricky because music has to be cleared for all perpetuity. Now, is Radiohead going to let me have Creep for all perpetuity? I don't think so. There's going to be some stuff that's not there, but all of our comedy is going to be there and a lot of the great interviews. And you get to watch me age, which is really fun. You can put it on fast forward, fast forward, and just watch flesh fall off my skull.
Has anyone ever done this? And I'd be fascinated to see this. Has anyone taken a still of your face from all 4,000 shows and just done it in real time, just watched you age over 5 minutes?
Yes, there is a guy, and this is interesting. He was working on it's a true story. This is a guy that was working very hard on a cure for most cancers. And he was getting very close to cracking it when he got sidelined and said, wouldn't it be cool to see Conan's face? And so he started working on that. He's just about finished with that, and he says he forgets how to cure cancer.
He forgot. Oh, that's too bad.
So I think actually this is going to be exciting. I'm glad.
Can't wait.
This was time well spent.
I actually looked at my show, and I believe there's a huge dip between the first and second season for me. I just aged like 10 years in between season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then I stay the same pretty much.
I'm very careful. I don't go outside. I've never been outside.
You've never been? Yeah. There's a system of tunnels by which you travel.
Yeah.
Throughout the city, underground tunnels.
The people that design the malls in Canada where you can travel underground, I had them come to work in my neighborhood. They did the same thing for me. I can go anywhere without going outside.
Incredible.
I wear those gloves that you see older Japanese women wearing when they garden.
Sure.
I wear those, and
And it's not cultural appropriation when you do it.
No.
No.
I've never been accused of that.
No,
I don't know why you'd bring that up.
Why would I say something like that?
No. So I'm just making a list. You led us down a legal path about music clearance, and then you brought up cultural appropriation.
How do you feel about the Me Too movement, Conan?
I'm having a really good time at the show, and I respect all genders.
So now you talk about the show, and we'll talk about your podcast, which is coming out today, by the way, in just a second. But as far as the television show goes, you have recently changed the format of it.
We're in the process of doing that. What we decided to do is show was an hour for many, many years, a whole hour.
60 minutes.
60 minutes. And then I asked my wife one night, said 30 minutes of Conan is plenty. And so we thought, hey, that's probably true. In all seriousness, I was very interested in so many late night shows now are half an hour. And I remember thinking, why am I still saying, that was a lot of fun. Okay, stick around, because our second guest, Eric Estrada's attorney, is here. And then hold it on after that. There's still more, and there's still more. And I thought maybe this would be a good way to freshen things up and make us change our game a little bit after all these years.
So when people watch the previous 4,000 shows, will they be able to see you noticeably get bored?
Yeah,
about the half-hour mark?
I loved these. Loved the second guest up until about 8 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Just something snapped in my brain, and I started to say, "Stick around, we'll be right back." And you can see it happen on the air. I snapped. And I think it was Dr. Phil was coming up.
Oh,
and I
okay,
think I said, stick around because Dr. Phil, and I didn't even get his whole name out.
Right.
And you can hear a tendon snap in my brain. And I said, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we giving more of something that people have had enough of? And the audience started to cheer and say, 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
Wow,
30
all in
minutes.
unison.
Yeah, all in unison.
Like they practiced
There
it.
was one guy that wasn't in unison. He was taken outside and beaten. All in 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
He was sort of
and
off
I was
time.
like, and then they started to chant, new format, new format, new format. And this was incredible. And they said, eliminate second guest, stick with stand-up comics, don't always have music unless it's music you really like, change the set, make it a little more intimate. And the synchronicity with which they said this stuff was absolutely stunning.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What do you account for that? I mean,
Well, it later turned out that I was having what's called an audio illusion, that none of it was real.
Oh, okay.
It was all in my head.
and yet it led you to this place.
Yes,
where you're changing the show.
Often I have little breakdowns, and they lead to amazing things.
Like, what's a previous example of
I
that?
keep all of my money in mason jars in the basement.
Really?
None of it's in the bank.
And is it fermenting down there, or is it just purely?
I put it in brine, which I was told was a good idea by an old witch.
Really?
Yeah.
So, do you eventually hope to get the show, just keep having the show
Yes.
until it can't go down to nothing? Because obviously,
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
You just pointed out something that's been a comedy principle of mine for a long time, which is you can keep cutting the show in half, but you'll never get to nothing.
Right.
And
so it'll never be canceled
It can't be.
because
It can't be.
will continue
Every
to
time they say, I think it's time to cancel it, I'll say, or cut it in half. And they go, good job, O'Brien. We cut it in half. And as you know, you have and have and have. And eventually,
be 15 minutes, 7.5, 3 3/4.
it's going to be a microsecond. But by the time we get there, that will be the attention span
Right.
of the adult male and female in America.
Male and female.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. I mean, this is a dream come true for you, I would imagine, to have a half-hour show. When does this start? In 2019? Or is
It starts at the very beginning of 2019 in January.
the very beginning?
Well, not the very beginning. I didn't want to do it. I was wrestling with what are people going to be more interested on the 1st of January? Conan's new format change or the changing over into the new year?
Probably, yeah. Finishing their countdown,
Yes.
the fireworks.
That's the way I went.
It's probably diverting their attention.
Right. I took a very unusual step and saw outside myself, which I had never done before. I actually saw myself for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have not only not gone outside, but you've never looked into a mirror. You
Wasn't
may
interested.
be a vampire.
No.
Is this a bit, by the way? You might be, if you do this, you might be a vampire?
I don't do bits. I'm just not. I find comedy to be a huge waste of time.
How do you describe what you do then? Because I've always considered it to be comedy.
Do you think what I'm doing is comedy?
I mean, not right now, certainly, but
No,
I
I've always
show.
been going for news and information.
Right.
I really have been
Factual.
trying to do, and eventually I thought it would. Sometimes it's a little infotainment-y, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what it is I do. I'm like Picasso in that I have very volatile relationships with women, and I lived much longer than people think. And I did sculpture that no one seems to care about.
So
And in those ways, I'm a lot like Picasso.
You're a lot like, but not the art, certainly.
Oh God, no! I'm a terrible artist.
No.
In every way.
So, what level of guest do you hope to never have to talk to again in your life? Are we talking about the Wendy O. Williams level? Like, where exactly is the cutoff?
If I
now?
could get Wendy O. Williams, I've been on the trail of Wendy O. Williams. We've been trying to get her on the show.
Is that the name of it? Wendy Williams.
It's Wendy Williams.
Wendy O. Williams is the
O.
plasmatic singer.
Well, Wendy O. Williams is not only that, but when you say Wendy O. Williams, it sounds like a presidential assassin. Because they're the ones that they always list.
Wendy O. Williams.
It always has to be a middle initial or a middle name.
I would love it if Wendy Williams were to try.
Wendy Williams is a very good guest. I've had her on.
Yes, I'm sure she is. I'm just wondering. I just every once in a while I'll watch a talk show like you say, and the second half of it is like, why would anyone be interested in talking to that? And I don't know why she came into my mind.
My whole thing is to just keep Willem Dafoe off the show.
Good.
I mean, that guy has got to go.
Yeah.
And I know there's some people out there right now that say, why are you picking on Willem Dafoe?
Sure, we love him in Spider-Man's 1 through 3.
Yeah. I think he's just in 1.
Well, I believe he does flashbacks in 2 and 3.
I didn't watch those, but you did. I'm going to write that down.
He appears in James Franco's mind a lot like the audience did in yours.
I actually picked his name at random. I have a good random machine in my brain.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for Willem Dafoe, and he's a lovely guy.
Let's pull the trigger.
But I picked him at random.
Let's pull the trigger on the random meter here. Just name another celebrity.
Well, you'd have to go with Benjamin Harrison.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, who's Benjamin Harrison?
The president.
Oh, the president. Oh, okay. The former president or the current president?
No, he's the former
I don't keep
president.
up with... Oh, he's the former one. I don't keep up with the news.
Or is it William Henry Harrison? I mean, there's been a lot of Harrisons. George Harrison was president briefly in the 60s.
Very briefly.
In a lot of people's minds.
Yeah. Big Beatles fan. Do you like the Beatles?
What happened there? Did you just have a small stroke?
Yeah.
How did you...
Tiny one.
So you've done no prepreration.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not even sure who I am.
I think that you are...
you think I'm Bill Burr wearing a wig, don't you? That's what you think.
Do you think you have more hair than Bill Burr?
I know I have more hair than Bill Burr.
So let's talk about the podcast.
I have more hair than Lucille Ball.
Currently.
Yes. Oh, God, why did you do it? Why did you remind us that she's gone?
People need reminding about these facts because otherwise they don't know.
She lives on in our hearts, doesn't she?
She certainly does.
As long as they're on that tube, that flickering screen, they're still alive. I will live long after my death in 11 years. I will still be around because somewhere they'll be showing my show accidentally.
Is that why everything's going up on the web? You know, because...
I'm preparing.
Right.
For the end of days.
It must be difficult, and this is leading you down another legal avenue here, but how difficult is it to get the rights from the NBC shows? You're not on NBC
No,
anymore.
that was it took us a while.
Yeah.
But we... I get along very well with all the people that are there now, and it's a joint venture with them. And so let's say putting it up on the web makes us $8.
Right.
They'll get 7 of it.
Okay, that's not a great split for you.
I'm not interested in the money. I never was.
You just want people to see it.
I've never been paid for my show.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty much been an intern.
So you're the opposite of Jay Leno, who doesn't spend his money,
right?
But he gets paid.
If I could get money, I would spend it like crazy.
What would you spend it on?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I can't. You're the type of celebrity that I can't imagine ever driving down the street.
When it's funny when you say celebrity, I don't think of myself as a celebrity. I think of someone that interacts with celebrities. But I myself don't feel that way.
I mean, obviously,
I'm not in celebrity magazines. You can't. I defy you to find me. No paparazzi wants a picture of me. My plan worked perfectly. I get to be in comedy, and I am completely uninteresting and remain uninteresting to anyone who takes photographs of celebrities.
And yet you probably have all of the annoying aspects of celebrity of, can you go down the street without people wanting to take your picture?
I get a lot of selfie requests.
Right.
Yeah.
How many do you grant?
I grant every single selfie
100%.
request. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. I do.
And why is that? Do you see
it takes
yourself?
A second. I do it, and I know that
yourself as a young comedy fan.
I remembered when I was a young comedy just fanatic, and occasionally would meet a hero. And I was not the kind of person to approach them, but if I did get the chance to, spend a day with John Candy, who I just idolized.
It was recently the anniversary of his death, I believe, or his birthday. Recently his birthday. One of the two, coming or going.
Why you cut in there, I don't know, but that was your choice, and you made it, and now we're talking about his death. Interesting style.
Lucille Ball, him.
Yeah, but I got to spend a day with him. I'm going to keep going. I got to spend a day with him back in 1984, and I remembered very clearly that he was everything I wanted him to be. He was just full of life. He was Falstaff. He was really hilarious. He was really funny. And I thought, if I ever get the opportunity, I really did think this at the time. If I ever get the opportunity to do what I would most like to do and I'm known for it, I want to be, when people are a fan and they meet me, I want to show them that it's a real thing. You know, I don't want it to be artifice and that's how I act on TV, but I'm not really that person. So that's sort of almost a quasi-religious thing with me.
So you don't believe you act differently on camera and in real life? Are you the same guy?
No, I wouldn't say I'm 100% the same guy. There's more presentational stuff that you do when you're, that's actually what's been fun about either being on this podcast or being on my own podcast is you really get to be 100% completely yourself.
Right.
Because you've taken away this whole element, which is keep the crowd happy, keep it moving along. 6 minutes, I got to try and get out of this nicely and then get back into it. So I find that to be, it's really liberating. But I would say the biggest difference is, and my assistant, Sona, who's in the podcast actually that I do, is here
really?
somewhere. But she would, my writers would also say, I love being kind of, it's sort of a character I do that's incredibly over the top, pompous, ridiculous, insulting TV show host. And I'm sort of doing that guy backstage all the time. And I'll go so overboard that they'll be laughing really hard and crying while I'm tearing them all a new one. But not really, but sort of.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, I believe when you your movie, I forget what it was called, the Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're playing that character a lot backstage.
Yeah.
And some people who watch it say, like, is Conan like that all the time? Is he mean to people?
Well, you know what's really funny is that Jack McBrayer in
Yes.
that documentary came backstage, and I've always done a bit with Jack McBrayer. We've never had a real interaction.
Everyone does these bits with Jack McBrayer.
Yes, and
yeah, exactly.
So mine is I become the imperious, cruel city slicker to his country rube. So I was doing it at late night. He'd come by and visit, and I'd in rehearsal, and I'd sniff the air and go, well, I smell manure. Oh, and he plays into it. He gets really sad looking, and I go, Jack, did you come up on the elevator? Did it scare you, Jack? And he goes, it did not scare me, Mr. O'Brien. I've ridden on elevators many times. I come from a very urban part of, I've been living in New York City for, well, Jack, don't get offended. Now, where's your mule, Jack? And it's this total, he's playing his part.
It's a total bit that
It's a
anytime
total
you
bit.
see him.
He's
yes.
playing his part, I play mine, but the cameramen eventually came up to me and they were like, you're pretty rough on Jack. I'm like, no.
It's impossible to be rough
But you know
on
what's
Jack.
really funny is that, so in the documentary, Conan O'Brien Can't Stop, there's a scene where he and John Hamm come backstage to say hi to me, and I always have a guitar on backstage. It's how I sort of calm down. I have a guitar strapped on, and Jack's talking to me, and I start to play I'm doing that like, well, Jack. And John Hamm's laughing because he's really good friends with Jack, and Jack's doing that really hurt look. And then I start to play the Deliverance theme, ding, 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 ding. And Jack goes, don't you do it. Ding, 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 dong, 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 dong. And Jack starts to clog against his will. And he starts clogging against his will. Here's my favorite thing. I think it was the New York Times. I could be wrong, but the New York Times comes out, and they're like, there's a particularly cruel moment where Conan O'Brien forces Jack McBrayer to... And I was like, I called Jack up. I was laughing so hard because I was talking about this with Will Ferrell not long ago. When someone gets it wrong in a review, it's so fun in a way. You know, it's like...
Right.
And so this person thought that by playing... and I thought, that's really
That
insulting
literally
to Jack.
you had magical powers to make him dance that way.
Yeah, or that he's so thick that when he hears that tune, he can't help but start. I thought, this is insulting to everybody, particularly.
All involved.
Yeah, all involved. But there you go.
Can you tell us one example of a story about John Candy where he,
Yes.
in the day, how many hours are we talking? You said you
I
spent
got
a
to
day.
spend, I was in college at the time, and I was running the Humor magazine, and I invited him to come visit our Humor magazine because I just adored him. And in Boston, and he said yes, which I couldn't believe. I picked him up at the airport. He flew in. I remembered him to this day. I remembered him coming down an escalator, holding a paperback that he'd been reading on the plane. The minute I met him, I thought, oh, don't be the nerd who brings up all your favorite SCTV skits. But he's so friendly. I just brought up, the Yellow Belly was a skit where it came with a song. It was a parody of a TV show about a cowardly, it was like, his yellow belly, and he's a cowardly cavalry officer who gets discharged for cowardice. And it just shows him walking down the street, and a woman and a little girl walk by him, and the girl says, I think that's Yellow Belly. And he turns around and shoots them both in the back. It was the hardest I've laughed as a kid. You never saw anything that mean, that edgy. And there was a song, he's a coward, yet I brought it up to John Candy, and he was delightful, and he reenacted it.
What?
And then I had been told by his people, you've got to make sure that John Candy stays on his diet. He's on a Pritikin diet. Mm-hmm. He's on a Pritikin diet, and they sent me, back then, I think they had to send it through the mail. This is back in the 1940s. But they sent it through pneumatic tube.
Mail carrier on a horseback.
Yes, exactly. I got this thing, and it was like he can have 4 ounces of boiled chicken, no skin. He can have this. He can have that.
Why are you in charge of this?
Because I was hosting
You're
him.
Driving him.
No.
I mean,
but I was hosting him for the day, so they
Right.
wanted to make sure that I got him all the right food that he needed because he was on this really serious diet. So he shows up. And the first thing he did is he said, hey, let's walk around. Let's get the feel of the city. And he was this larger-than-life, really fun guy. Come on. He kept calling me kid. Hey, kid, come on. And I was like, oh, all right. You know, I'm the height I am now, 6'4", but I was about 155 pounds and just this big floppy thing of hair and super skinny. I'm like, oh, okay, Mr. Candy. And I'm walking along with him, and the first thing he does is he goes into a pastry shop. And he starts pointing to eclairs in the cabinet. And he was like, well, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Give me 2 of those. Give me 2 of those. And they start putting all these eclairs. And I'm getting really nervous. And I'm really freaking out. And he looked at me and he winked and he went, don't worry, kid. They're Pritikin eclairs. And I was like, I'm in a show with him.
Right.
I'm in a show with him.
He lived his life like it was a show, and
Yes.
everyone else was the cast.
Yes, exactly. And I thought, that's beautiful. What a beautiful, his life was, that's a really special moment for me. And then recently, not too long ago, I ran into a woman who said, I'm John Candy's, I'm his daughter. And I remembered that you hung out with my dad for a day, or that, I've heard you talk about it. And then we exchanged information, and then she sent me a photo that her dad took of me.
What?
On campus. Yeah, and it's
amazing.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
And that he kept in his photo book.
Or he never threw out any photo.
Right.
I doubt it was that important to him.
Wow.
I was just random kid at the time.
Incredible. And do you know, did he wasn't still with us in 93, or was he by the time you got your show?
I desperately would have wanted to be a guest, but he passed away just a few months into our show.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
you did it again. You're incredible. You're incredible. I just have to say.
Sorry.
We'll be back to discuss both Kennedy assassinations.
Hey, but there is one other story about you driving someone around. Was it?
That was Bill Cosby. Seriously.
What?
That's not a joke.
Okay, I did not know that story.
Clearly.
I was not leading you towards that one.
Yeah. That's a whole story. I told that on Howard Stern once,
okay.
And people loved that story, but I did drive Bill Cosby. I picked him up in the airport. I told him that I was sending a limousine. I picked him up in my dad's station wagon. He was not happy.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you hear about it the entire time?
No, I could tell that I'd done something wrong, but being a complete idiot.
Why lie and say you had a limousine? Why not just say?
I think it was his understanding that he was getting a limousine, and I didn't think being what was I at the time? 19. I think I was 19. I thought, well, we don't need that. I can get my dad's car. It's a Ford LTD. Those are pretty nice. But my dad had bought it from a motel chain, and it had the motel chain painting on the side.
Okay.
Spruce Point Inn in Maine. That's a real inn. You can look it up.
Okay.
And I picked him up in that car, and it was dirty on the inside, and he found a Big Mac container in the back seat. And that's a true story.
And as far as I'm
And now
concerned,
he's
he
in-
deserved that kind of treatment.
Well, you know what? It's so funny. Until about a year ago, I'd tell that story and people would think you're a jerk. And now I tell it and people are like, good for you.
you were on the
man."
right side of history.
Yeah.
I guess I was thinking about, was it Burt Ward or was it Adam West? Who did you...
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward, right.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it? Can you tell that story? Or
That's a really long one. I don't know how much time you have, and I know that there are characters in the wings.
I don't know what you're talking about when you say that, but...
Okay, we can edit that out. I want to yes and as much as anybody.
Sure.
Yes, and I did have a day with Burt Ward. Burt Ward had come to our college to pompously display the Robin costume and give a long lecture about playing Robin in the original Batman series in the 60s. My friends and I decided that this was a monstrosity, and that
Why did you take such umbrage with this?
because there were posters all over campus.
You're a
that
big
said-
fan of the show.
I was, but there were posters on campus. First of all, I was an Adam West fan.
I see. Not
Robin. I mean, Robin. In my opinion, you could have had a glass of iced tea play Robin, and I'd have been if Adam West was there, I'd have been fine. But these posters were very, very pompous. They said, "Come hear Burt Ward discuss his experience as Robin in the iconic TV series." View in person the Robin costume, all underlined. And then it said valued by Lloyd's of London at over $250,000. And I was like, bullshit. We're stealing that costume. We're stealing it. So my friends and I decided to steal it in a very Batman-esque way. He was giving his lecture in the Science Center, which is this modern science center, and it has a very steep rake auditorium. Sure enough, it was filled with students. I wouldn't say filled, but it was pretty packed with students. He had the Robin costume on a mannequin, and he was talking and showing clips from the show and talking. And then at the appropriate time, I got a friend of mine named Paul Sagawa to stand up dressed as the Penguin and go, whack, 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 whack. When is a Robin costume not a Robin costume? Now, okay. Let me explain.
That would normally be the Riddler.
That would normally be the Riddler, but we could only get a Joker a penguin costume
which is
together.
a tuxedo.
And also the wah seemed funny. So, and we had tuxedo.
Right.
We got him a cheap
And one
tuxedo.
umbrella.
We got him a cheap tuxedo, and we got him an umbrella. And yes, did he do? Technically, this is a room full of people. All were like, no, that's the Riddler. And you tell anyone else the story, and they don't really care.
You're right.
But anyway,
No, we're locked in.
yeah, you guys are locked and loaded. So. When is a Robin costume not a costume? And Burt Ward's just stymied, and he goes, what? And
He answers.
Yeah, he didn't answer. He just sort of said, what? And the Penguin said, Paul Sagawa said, when it's stolen. And that was my cue to hit the light. Not my cue, but that was someone else's
Right.
cue to hit the lights. This is an important thing to know, everybody out there. Mm-hmm. In a movie, if you turn off the lights, everything goes black.
Completely
you can't
black.
see what's happening.
Maybe you see eyeballs.
In real life, at 4:00 in the afternoon, when you hit the lights, things go from very visible to still pretty visible. Things get slightly dimmer.
Right.
So we did that. The lights get slightly dimmer. I remember thinking, oh, that's not like it is in the movies. And then I grabbed the costume, and took off through a back door.
No one tries to stop you.
Well, this is the interesting thing. And I'd have gotten to that, but you son of a... who gives chase but like these four guys that are in the Republican Club? Give chase to stop the man who's stolen the Robin costume. These
valued at over $250,000.
the guys that are in the bad, you know, the evil in
Right.
the
Skull and Bones type.
they're in the evil fraternity in Animal House. Those guys are chasing me, and I was thinking as I'm running with the costume, why is another student? I can see Burt Ward chasing me if his hip wasn't out, but why are these guys chasing me? But I run as fast as I can, and I get into a waiting car with the engine running, driven by a gentleman by the name of Kent Carlock.
He's your getaway driver.
He was the getaway driver, and I'll never forget, he was playing T-Rex's Bang a Gong. Wow. It was like, and he peeled out. We left those guys in the dust. We went back to our humor magazine in the basement, and we started just calling Burt Ward and pretending to be different villains, saying, "Hey, you'll never get your costume."
Where is
this
Burt
is
Ward?
King Tut.
Like, is he by a phone at this point?
Yeah, Burt Ward. We knew where Burt Ward was, which is he was, and he was he knew who had taken it, so he was calling us. We were mocking him over the phone. He was saying it's worth $250,000. We were looking at it. It was it was old dried rubber from the 1960s. The boots. It was well worn, pretty soiled.
Pretty soiled.
Let's just say Robin was up to no good from 66 to 68, and he never once washed his clothes. But yeah, that's that story.
Wow. But you eventually gave it back, or did you sell it off?
No. We give it back because that would be a crime.
Right.
I liked having fun, but I never wanted to go to prison, and I still don't want to go to prison.
I tried to trick you into admitting to a crime, and you did not. So congratulations. Speaking of crimes, this is not one. You have a new podcast, Conan O'Brien.
Your transitions are terrible.
They're really bad.
That was
How would you have done it?
Speaking of crimes, it's a crime that not everyone knows about your podcast.
That's
you
so
go
much
that
better.
way.
That's okay. Give me a different thing that I can do a segue.
Wait, I just gave you one. Why? Oh,
No,
give
I
another
mean
one?
a different. Finish a different story.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that's how you make onion tapenade.
Well, onions make you cry, but this will make you laugh. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. New podcast. How's that?
That was pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, that's a solid B+.
All right, thank you so much. That's all I really want to achieve is a B+. Tell us about the podcast. It comes out. It's actually out today.
Yeah, today, because as we all know, today is November.
If you're listening to this in the
17th.
present,
Yeah, if you're listening to or you're listening to it in a spaceship in the future,
in the history museums.
Yeah, and we're just skeletons in a room. Yes, my new podcast is called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. It was this idea I had, sort of quasi-based in reality, which is for years and years and years, as we established, 25 years, I've been talking to a lot of people on television, and it's all very friendly. And people are convinced. People are always saying, "Oh, so you're really good friends with person you interviewed." And I've thought, no, I'm not.
What percentage of people do you actually follow up with and hang out with?
Well, that's the point of this podcast is almost none. I mean, I'm friendly with them, but there's not a real, that's my good friend. So I thought, I want to have my favorite funny people on the show and see if a friendship can be established. And we actually get into it sometimes with why you've been on 15 times. Do you and they'll be really honest. They'll be, you know what, you seem a little tightly wound.
You're a little much for me.
You're a little much. Or I've caught some people a certain celebrity who I had a text who said, "Let's get together." We established a date. They blew me off day of.
Whoa.
They said, "There's no way I blew you off day of." I
showed the receipts.
I showed the actual text. I won that one. But I also lost because now they really don't want to be my friend. And it's actually a lot of fun. It's been. I took it on. I didn't know if it was going to be something I enjoyed, and I absolutely love doing it. And the people that Will Ferrell's on the first one, and it's really lovely and fun. Bill Burr has done it. Megan Mullally, Nick Offerman. There's just Wanda Sykes. I've people that have been coming on my show for a while, and it's been Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. It's just been lovely. I've actually loved it.
Have you been able to close the deal on any of them?
You know, that's what's interesting. You kind of have to listen to the podcast.
Okay.
To know that. And that's how I'm going to sell this.
Okay.
You just asked me, what does Rosebud mean?
And what does Rosebud mean?
It's the
by
sled.
The way?
It's the sled.
It's the sled, yeah, but what does it mean?
It's a symbol of the thing he could never really attain.
Sure.
Which is that childish love, that simple love.
Yeah,
his
but
mother's love.
thematically, yeah, I know what it is, but
We're talking about Citizen Kane, by the way. I know there's a lot of people out there listening who don't
Spoiler
know.
alert, by the way. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No. If you haven't seen Citizen Kane by now, and I don't care if you're 2 years old, if you haven't seen Citizen Kane by now, you don't deserve to see it. And I'm talking to you 2-year-olds out there.
They love Comedy Bang Bang.
They do.
And they will love Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
Hey, you know
That's
what?
That's a good segue.
I think I was a little hard on you earlier on.
Thank you.
But
I don't agree. I think you were appropriately hard on me.
You know what? I was just being pleasant. I think I wasn't hard enough.
Okay, great. Please give me some more.
Yeah.
All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, Conan will still be here. You can stick around, right? I've always wanted to say that to you.
I'd love to stick around.
Okay, fantastic.
As we've established with my podcast, I have no one to talk to.
Well, we can talk to Prudence Fart and also our
It's Prudence
hoteliers.
Fart, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, she'll be here a little later. Coming up right after this, we'll have a couple of hoteliers. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Do you have a passion project that you want to turn into a website? Well, you're probably not going to know how to do it if you don't get a good night's sleep. Ha! You thought this was a Squarespace ad? No, it's a Lisa ad in your face. You gotta get a good night's sleep out there. If you're waking up feeling achy, easily distracted, forgetting things, you're not going to know how to turn on your computer and head over to squarespace.com. Look, a quality night's sleep makes all the difference, and the right mattress is the key to getting proper rest instead of just laying down and shutting your eyes and praying that the Lord Morpheus will overtake you. No, don't do that. Just lay down on a Lisa mattress and blah. You're in there. You're in there in the dream world. The Lisa mattress is the product of 30 years of experience and hundreds of hours of rigorous product testing. Designed for body contouring and pressure relief, the Lisa mattress is perfect for all sleepers. And that includes every person in the human race, because as far as I know, everyone sleeps. So shop conveniently online with free shipping and 100 nights to try the mattress in your own home. The Lisa mattress is backed by more than 12,000 five-star reviews and loved by more than 300,000 happy sleepers. Lisa also donates one mattress for every 10 sold so you can sleep easy and feel good about your purchase. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I got a Lisa mattress at home, and that's the one I lay down on. I don't just keep it in a corner. I lie down on it, and I usually do it when I'm tired, and I go right to sleep. Last night, let's take last night, for example. I will confess, I slept on the couch for approximately 20 minutes watching TV. Okay, that doesn't count. All right, but when I went downstairs and I got on that Lisa mattress, I shut my eyes and I said, I hope I don't. I was right asleep. It's beautiful. And I stayed asleep until 2 seconds ago. And I jumped out of bed, threw open the sash, and I did this, what do you call this, a review? This is an ad. Look, Lisa mattresses are great. Right now, you can get $150 off the Lisa mattress plus a free pillow at lisa.com/bangbang, entering promo code bangbang at checkout. This is Lisa's best offer. They're not going to get you a better offer, so don't hold out. It's at lisa.com/bangbang, promo code bangbang. That's LEESA.com/bangbang, promo code bangbang. It's the only way that you're ever going to find squarespace.com. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Da, 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 ding dong, ding dong, dong. Does that get you in the holiday mood? Or any kind of mood other than to turn off your podcast? Well, I hope you didn't, because I want to tell you the holidays are the busiest time of the year, and so you have to start prepping for them. And you know where they're really busy? The post office. Yeah, that's the busiest place on earth during the holidays. So this is why I and the good folks here at Earwolf use Stamps.com to save time during the hectic holiday season. Because here's what a lot of people don't know. Stamps.com brings all of the services right there at the U.S. Post Office, but they bring them to your doorstep. So it's not as busy as the post office unless you happen to have 50 angry people inside your house, which I hope you don't. But if you do, God bless you. You can buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, any class of mail using your own computer and printer. And then here's the best part. The mail carrier just picks it up. They are legally required to by law. That's what legally required means. Print postage any day. Pick a time. Pick any time. 2:07 p.m. Yeah, you can print postage then. 4:43 p.m. I think you can print postage then. 1 o'clock. Let me check. Yes, you can print postage then. Look, any day, any time. Stamps.com not only saves you time, it saves you money. Stamps.com helps you print the right amount of postage every single time. Never overpay again. With all the time and money you will save, Stamps.com is the best gift that you can give yourself this holiday season. We use Stamps.com here at Earwolf since the beginning of time, it seems like. But no, for years and years. And right now, you too can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus postage, and a digital scale without long-term commitments. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in Bang Bang. That's very important. Stamps.com, enter Bang Bang. Take care of the holidays before it gets too crazy. Head over to Stamps.com, enter Bang Bang. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here with Conan O'Brien. And we had a lot of fun during the break.
We did.
Is this the kind of chat that you get into on your show during the breaks? No.
No.
Do you sit silently?
When we go to break on my show, a security guard steps between me and the guest.
Just puts a bounce between you?
Yeah.
Well, we have to bounce to our next guests. They are two hoteliers, and I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Does anyone say,
Yes, you
does anyone
are.
say hoteliers? Or is it always
Some people
hoteliers?
say that and
say
they're
hoteliers.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people do.
Let's
Some
welcome
people do.
them to the show. They've never been on the show before, so this is an exciting opportunity to talk to them. Please welcome Pat and Scott Hampton-Kratt. I really had to read that. That's a lot
We
of
have to
letters
read
in
it
that.
too when we
that last
have to
name.
introduce
Hampton-Kratt.
ourselves.
We have to write it sometimes.
Well,
How do you feel?
sometimes
How do you
we
think
do.
we feel?
Pat and
Well-
Scott Hampton-Kratt.
That's right.
That's
This
right.
is Conan O'Brien.
Hi, nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Nice to see you, Pat. And
How do you do?
Scattencrat.
Which one is Pat? Which one's Scat?
Well, I'm Scat because I don't want to explain.
Because is scatological?
No, my full name's Scat Trisha.
Oh, Scatricia. Okay.
Yeah, why would you go down the scatological route with Scatricia?
She said it like, well, you know what I mean.
And my full name is Patman.
Pat, like Pac-Man?
No, like Patman Crothers.
Oh,
Yeah. Why are you getting these wrong? That's where I went too. I thought he meant like Patman Crothers. What?
I'm sorry. I've never seen The Shining, so I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us,
Thanks
Scott.
so much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're hoteliers. What
Oh, yeah.
hotel
Yes, we
are you
are.
in charge of?
Well, we
it's
have,
not exactly a hotel.
yes, it's a property. It's a property that we own that
Okay.
people can pay money to stay in.
I love
Yeah.
a good property when I go on vacation. Conan, do you ever go on vacation? I mean, you must go somewhere.
I do.
What's your city of choice?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
I only go to Nova Scotia. There's a small shack there down by the water that I like to visit. Mm-hmm. It's very expensive, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they keep it open for you year round? Is that
It needs to be ready to go at any moment.
any moment?
Yeah.
What's in that shack? Is it just
I'd rather not say.
a table, a chair, and one
Let's just
rifle?
say looks can be deceiving. It looks like a very simple shack on the outside. Inside, it's quite opulent.
It's like the TARDIS.
Yeah, and it goes down many levels. It's a way for me, well, let's be honest, a world-renowned celebrity to get away.
Now, earlier in the show, you were saying you didn't consider yourself to be a celebrity, and
That
suddenly
was-
you're world
That
renowned.
was just for saps.
Scott, thanks for having us.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
welcome to the show, guys.
You
house is
know what
in-
I will say? I would never, as a host, Pat and Scat, I would never, ever.
This is
if
not
you
a
were on-
competition
Excuse
between
me.
us.
Oh, I think it has become
I'm sorry,
one.
I'm trying to hear Conan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Scat. I'm sorry, Scatricia, not
Please,
for
Scat.
scatological. Scat.
Scatological for short.
Okay, well now,
For sure.
I would never have. He swiveled his chair away from you, and
My
he
chair
addressed
has
me.
been right here the entire show.
I heard a squeaking swivel. He swiveled it away, looked at me. I look at both of you, and I say, "You said it's not a real hotel. What kind of building is it?"
Do you want to take
glad
over
you-
for
so
me?
much
I would
for
love to
asking.
just add
I'd like
color
to-
commentary every
Sure.
once in a while. If
Oh,
you want
this
to
is
do
a-
play-by-play.
I'll happily.
This is
Okay,
a
very
treat.
good.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, we have a home in Sandusky, Ohio.
That's right.
And
Sandusky,
the home
Ohio.
of Jerry Sandusky.
Wait, they've named the city after him?
They had a whole
To be
parade.
fair, they named it long before.
Oh, okay.
It was named before, and there
He
haven't
was
had.
named after the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talked about changing the name
since then.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's a
just
whole,
talk.
That's a bureaucratic mess to
It's
try
too
and get
hard.
into
Too
that.
many
It
IDs.
is, and a lot of pranksters are saying, let's call it Paterno, Ohio.
Yeah.
It's like that's a lateral.
But then what are you
move
going to
at
do?
best.
You gotta update all of your accounts online to
That's
see where your
right.
address is.
That's right.
move.
Everyone
much.
would have to fill out a change of address form.
Everyone. Then
Every
what?
single
So,
person.
There's no point. So we absolutely love it there, of course.
We love it there, of course.
So you have this house. Is it the house that is that you consider that the hotel, or is there another structure?
It's a structure
It's
that
a
we
structure
use.
that we
It's a
use.
home.
It is a home.
And then during the weeks when we don't have any customers or patrons,
Patrons.
as we so love to call them,
That's right.
we stay there and we live there, and this is our home.
Yeah.
Now,
When it's
then-
empty, we live there.
And when it's empty, we live there. And when we get a customer, patron, as we
Sometimes like to call them.
we then we move out.
What we do is
Well,
we move
I
out.
jumped to the end. We pack
Sorry.
our bags.
We pack.
Take a shower.
First, we make
First we
sure
wake up.
We don't
all
need
of
every
the-
step.
No, first we wake up,
we wake up,
eat breakfast.
eat
Don't forget, 'cause
breakfast.
I'm always hungry.
We both wake up hungry every day.
And now we're brother and sister, which of course we haven't gotten out yet.
That's
so
right.
we're very similar in our eating habits. Now, because when we were born in the
I
womb,
think everyone eats first thing in the morning as far as.
well, we had the same mom.
That's right.
We come out starving. First
Both
second
of
we were born, we both wanted the tit.
That's right. Luckily, there were two.
Did one of you get left one and one of you get right one? Or
I got
Nope.
left in the dust.
You've been using that joke
And I
a lot
got
your
it.
whole life, haven't you?
And I got
haven't
right
you, Scott?
in there.
Scott,
You got me.
you've been using that,
You
right?
got me.
That's not the first time you've
It's
uncorked
not,
that one.
it's not the first time I said any of this.
It's true. We've said all of this before.
You guys are reading this off a script. I
Yes, we
noticed.
are.
Yes, and thank you for saying your lines.
We're shy people, and we have a difficult time with strangers.
Yeah.
And we're both visual learners.
Visual learners.
Gotta see it written there.
Flashcards and
Flashcards are great.
yeah.
Do you provide a service when people stay with you
Yes.
as a hotel would?
Yes, we do.
Turn down, turn up.
So you turn down service and
Turn down the TV, turn up the sheets.
That's right.
so you turn the TV all the way down.
Yeah.
When
Sounds
people
erotic.
say we need turn down
We'll
service,
do what you want.
we'll ask turn down for what, and then they have to be very specific.
Right. Is that how that song started?
What song?
Well, this,
Oh, you don't know
actually,
about that
I made a song about it.
Oh, okay.
It goes like this.
God, you made a song.
I was waiting to debut it at the show.
But you're debuting it in front of me as a surprise.
Yeah, you love surprises.
This is a debut of a song. This
You know
is
what? The
exciting.
spit is flying in this room.
It really
No one
is.
can see.
A lot of people don't know this. We're almost 10 years into the show, and I've been spat upon
I
so much.
need a salad guard of something.
We both just got braces. You'll have to
Well,
forgive
yeah,
me.
so you have to understand. What I got is this guard at the base of my teeth that blocks my tongue from going forward.
What I have,
Very difficult to talk.
I just got some old-fashioned metal braces, like from a museum.
They have leather bands.
So let's hear this song, the
Yeah,
debut.
so it goes like this. Turn down for what? I haven't figured out the rest yet.
Oh,
Wait, that's the end. That's the beginning and the end.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
I think you got a good start there, though.
Well, thank you. So this is why you're very supportive, and this is why our family works so well together, and why we
Exactly.
decided to live together in the first place.
Yes.
Well, we moved out.
have you ever lived apart, or did you move back in with each other?
I moved out at one point.
Right.
You stayed home with mommy.
Yes, I did. I stayed home with mommy.
Is
for
mommy
several
still
years.
around?
Mommy
no,
passed.
mommy passed.
Mommy's past, Conan.
Mommy passed Conan. and
Mommy
so-
passed Conan.
That doesn't always necessarily mean that she's dead. Many
true.
people use that I've
In
been
an
fooled by-
entertainment,
I've been past
context.
can also mean career on the wane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, a lot of people question, who's past? Has Conan
Exactly.
passed? Is his
Oh,
career?
yes.
You know, but is she dead? I hate
Well,
to be.
yes,
well,
she has passed.
She has passed, but her
and
career
it
did
die
it
first.
floundered.
Woo!
Was she an entertainer?
Absolutely.
Yes,
she was a
she
magician.
certainly was. She was a stage magician.
She was a stage magician.
Yeah.
It's all types of
Never
trap
took it
doors
to
in our
television.
house. No. The TV wasn't invented.
Oh, this was before the 30s or so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess our ages.
Okay.
We won't be offended.
I would imagine.
We've heard it all.
We've heard it all. From
We've
everything
heard
from
it
1
all.
to a million.
I would imagine you must be around 80 or so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you're getting warmer.
Uh-oh, it's getting
When they
hot
walked
here.
in, I have to say, Scott, when they first walked in, I thought, I almost stood and said, thank you for your service in the Korean War to them both. And then I thought that might be
Presumptuous.
or like saying to a woman, oh, a baby's on the way. And she
Sure,
just
yeah.
had,
It's
You'd be
one of the most
shocked.
insulting
Burrito.
things you could
If you
do.
had said thank you for your service to the Korean War, I would have thought my son walked in here.
Yeah, but if you said, thank you for being pregnant and I'm 85, I'd think, nope, that's just my hard belly.
oh.
So you're not
I wasn't
pregnant.
going to say that.
No,
No,
Scott
that's
had
my
a-
hard old lady belly.
He always had a rock hard belly.
Rock hard, distended
Is it
belly.
okay
hard.
if I feel it? Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking. I just want to make sure everyone knows that I'm.
Feel it?
Oh my
Knock on
God, that is
See?
well, that was a very fake sound. But yeah, that's exactly how it. The way it sounded is just how it felt.
And it opens right up, and I keep stuff inside.
Oh my God!
Look at
That's
that.
some sort of trap door in there.
Crazy.
like a marsupial's pouch.
Yep. You want to see? What do I got this time?
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah.
Alarm clock.
Nope. Polly Pockets.
What is it?
Polly Pockets.
Polly Pockets. What is
It's
Polly?
an old toy from the 90s where you'd open up a little shell and she'd be inside there.
So
it's
you're
a-
very old, but you referred to something from the 90s as being old.
Yeah.
I turn it over to you, lawyer.
We were.
Well, it's one of those really old toys from the late 90s.
When I was 70.
Our mother forbade us to have toys until we were in our 50s.
Oh, see, okay.
And boy, do we have fun.
Oh, but we finally got
Oh,
those
we
toys.
finally got to play with a little
stretch
a
Armstrong,
hoop and a stick.
Somewhere around 1988, you finally got to play with toys.
Yeah, ball and jacks,
Strawberry shortcake,
Yak.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yep, all of it.
slime,
Floam.
FOMO.
Why are you here?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Okay, so you did like that interview question.
Well, I thought in a way it was refreshing because it's like he opened a window and just this gust of air came in. Why are you here? You're two hoteliers.
Speaking of opening a window,
We're
Yeah.
here to tell you we're opening up our house for services.
that's right, which includes windows.
Doors, windows.
That's a pretty good segue.
And
There's
you will leave. Where do you go when you leave the house?
The brilliant question.
Exactly.
Let's say I check in and where do you guys go?
We
evacuate.
We evacuate. We evacuate
house
our bowels.
or- okay, your
Evacuate.
bowels.
Then we do that first.
I take a big dump, not to be confused with my name, and and then we leave.
We leave.
So you leave them with the dump.
No. I flush the toilet.
Of course, it's in the toilet. What do you
Okay,
think,
but
I am an animal?
We flush the toilet for each other.
Of course
but
we do.
the general environment
Polite.
is such that a dump has recently been evacuated.
sure.
You
Yeah.
can say that about any place.
Yeah, everywhere
you're
you go,
probably
it's
right.
probably true.
I guess so.
So we evacuate. Of course, we have to stay on the premises, though, because in case anything goes wrong.
Where do
That's
you
right.
stay? You stay on the premises in a guest house, or
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You have complete freedom
You have
in the house.
privacy in your own entrance.
That's right.
You have your own, and you have
The
your own
front door?
bed. You have your own front door. You have your own back door.
And if you don't look out the back door, you won't see us.
So
It'll be like we're
are
not
you
even
right
there.
outside the back door? That's
We're
the sense
right
I-
outside
And no,
there.
it's connected to the door, and it's actually a room.
Yes.
In the house.
so it's
Yes.
an adjoining room.
Yes.
So it's not detached.
But there's a glass door in the kitchen. You can see right into
That's
it.
right. It's
know what?
separated.
If it
it's
leads
like,
into, I'm sorry, but if it leads into another room, it's technically not the back door.
There's
It's a door that leads into. I'm sorry, but that's just
no,
the
no,
truth.
I understand.
So, now
This-
you're the lawyer.
People get confused about this a lot. They get
Okay.
confused about who's a lawyer and who isn't. What it is there's a very thin strip
It's
of
a
backyard.
very thin,
strip.
perfect grass.
How thin? Like a
Pristine
Brazilian
like a
wax?
Brazilian wax on a pussy. Yeah, it's exactly the
Whoa,
thing.
hold
You
on.
said
Hey,
it
Scott,
first.
Hold on,
I didn't want to
Skatricia.
say that.
Scott,
You
no,
said it.
He said Brazilian wax, but he didn't say pussy. You said pussy.
Okay, an
but
eyebrow
we thought
Brazilian
that, of
wax.
course.
Yeah, it's as thin as an eyebrow.
Scott, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but for a 92-year-old woman, I find some of your language offensive.
Well, I've been on this earth long enough. I can do whatever I want.
I feel like she's earned the right
She
to
is our
use some
elder.
salty language.
Look, you want to say anything bad? I'm open for it.
Wow, you're sort of coming on to me. That's the vibe I'm getting, Scott.
Hey, take it as you will. My brother here likes to interpret everything I do as coming on. Not to him, of course.
Never to
But
me.
he thinks I'm a big flirt.
I think you are a big flirt.
Well,
you know that you
no,
are.
I'm not.
You've never been married?
Well, no, I haven't.
I've been married for 35 years.
And he's still with her.
congratulations.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Well, I assumed
wait,
when he
where-
said that, he didn't
Where does
just
she,
get divorced.
where does she live?
She lives at her home.
She lives in her home.
Yes.
And you live with your sister.
Well, of course I do.
Yeah, she has
Okay,
to
but
braid
you've
my
been
hair,
married.
obviously.
Have you
Yeah.
ever consummated the
Happily
marriage?
married.
Have you consummated the marriage?
You mean fuck?
Okay, if you're gonna
Say it plainly,
Oh, I thought I was
Conan.
talking to Scott for a second.
Look, we're folks. We've been on this earth a long time.
We
have a lot
know
of
when
time
you say
for-
consummate, you mean fuck.
That's right.
You don't have time to mince words.
No time.
It's like a great comedian once said. You know, if you say the word consummate, that just makes me think the word fuck. So why don't you just say the word fuck?
Who was that? The Bells?
Huh?
Louis
no, that was
C.K.
Bob Newhart.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You big Louis C.K. fans?
Love his early stuff.
Not so much recently.
No, yeah.
So
love comedy store.
You have an adjoining room, so you guys actually don't vacate the premises.
Well,
and there's a
Well,
glass.
we do.
Really?
Remember the thin Brazilian wax line?
Yes.
Yep. Of course we do.
So we are off the premises. We're just in the backyard.
I have,
in the back.
I have a question. Most hotels, motels, bed and breakfast, they serve food. What's the food situation?
So glad you asked that because we love that dinner, breakfast, and lunch.
And lunch.
Absolutely.
Sure, the
You
three
love
meals, yeah.
We love them.
We love
You love
We
them.
love
Do you,
all the meals.
We're
do you
really
serve
unique
them?
because we love to eat for 3 times a day.
That's right.
And they're in the morning, in the noon, and the night.
That's right.
Do you serve it to your patrons, as you call them?
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we
Yes,
do.
we do.
You get 3 square meals a day.
3 square meals
Is that the
in
shape,
circular
or is
bowls.
that the in circular? Okay.
Everything comes in a circular bowl.
Even if
Okay.
it doesn't make sense, like a sandwich.
Is the shape of the meal square though? Or are you? Do
So
you-
when it's a sandwich, it is.
okay, so a square
But when
sandwich.
it's cereal, it's round.
Well, cereal becomes the shape of the bowl.
Of course. It's not a soup.
Are you good cooks?
No. We're still
Of
learning.
course not. But you know,
This is a feature we just started off.
we just added it because a lot of people were very hungry when they came to the house.
Yeah.
Sure, they get to the house. There's nothing to eat there.
And they
Well,
also to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, because they find us on Airbnb, and I think that the people are confused about the second B. What we were led to understand is that you didn't have to provide food. That was a traditional bed and
It
breakfast
was a
where it's all spelled
silent
out.
B on the Airbnb.
Silent B, Airbnb.
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 We were on a site called Airbnb for quite a while. No traffic.
Turns out there was a silent B. We got the right .com, and we got tons of patrons
That's
after
right.
that. Yeah.
Thanks, GoDaddy.
What is the name of your place? I don't think if you're here to advertise it, I
You
don't.
haven't mentioned it yet.
Yeah.
We
The
don't
name
know.
of our home?
You want to know the name of our home?
Nah. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
okay.
No, we would. We
No.
would. We should get the word out.
Hold on.
It's called, and this comes from a very old name in our family because years ago we were our family was very prosperous landowners in America, and
Slave
before
owners
that,
as well, or
Nope. Hired help.
hired help.
Okay, paid hired help.
Hired help. It was we
Okay.
we came to this country in the 1700s, and we had hired help. Very reasonable, as it turns out.
Wait, they were only asking a reasonable amount
Yes,
to
very
to
reasonable
work
amount
for you.
of a very reasonable amount.
I don't know who asked who, but the amount turned out to be very
The
reasonable.
diaries
Okay.
we found didn't say who asked who.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we got the idea to have the Airbnb because we
Okay.
saw this.
Let's get to this name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
The
if you want
name.
to spell it out so plainly, I guess you'd say it like this.
Yeah.
The name
It's
of our
very
home,
simple to
so
say.
simple to say, and it goes a little something
it goes
like
exactly like this.
Transylmania.
Transylmania.
Trantomania.
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 Yeah. You know, it's funny. As they started to say it, I was like, I know, I've heard of that place.
I've heard of Trantomania. Yeah.
Trantomania.
Oh, you've heard of
Okay, you've heard of it.
Trantomania?
We do
I had
have
a friend who stayed there, actually.
did?
Yeah.
What was the experience? Did they say good or bad things?
They said, actually, that they were a little put off by the whole backdoor arrangement. They said that was their only complaint. They thought the food was pretty good. They just said that they wanted to go through the back door to take a walk in the yard.
On that Brazilian
They stepped
strip.
out the back door, and they were in a room with 2 people who were staring into the back door, who were elderly and
Right.
clearly related.
I wonder who that
And
was.
cursing a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I wonder who that was.
Me too, because this is so familiar. Because whenever we're in the back room, we always lay down in the bed,
We always lay down on the bed.
just waiting.
Just waiting.
Waiting for what?
Well, someone needs
hold
something
on.
in the night. Hold on. Will you hold on?
Have you ever
For-
seen
why
at
do I need to wait?
Walgreens or CVS a Halloween toy that sits up when you press the button?
Yeah, Dwayne Reed has them. Rite Aid.
Yeah,
Kind of like
you
a
don't need to
gray
list
ride.
stores.
No free rides here. I mean, if they're not paying, why mention them?
Exactly, but you can mention.
Local
But
Dwayne
drugstore.
Reed is
Stamps.com.
Dwayne Reed is an amazing.
All right, Gene Simmons.
All
No
right.
free rides. I get it.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
Well, anyways, it's just like that. We rise whenever the door opens, and we're ready to help.
Yes, we have an amazing core strength, especially for being so old.
So you go from flat on your back to
180
90 degrees.
That's exactly
Perfectly
right.
90.
That's exactly right.
And our
That's like-
hips snap into place, and it
That's
makes
right.
a little pop.
So you rise like a ghoul in the cemetery. Just like,
No. It's very friendly. What we do is we're lying there, and then you'll see us slowly slap it in place, and we'll say, "Yeah."
And I go,
Because you got dysplasia.
And what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a corpse bride nightgown.
Can meet you.
Hashtag.
Two Corpse Bride from the actual movie Corpse Bride.
It's a theme from the Corpse Bride movie.
Okay.
They have the Corpse Bride character on them.
I was trying to get a Scrooge one, but they didn't have any
And
more.
they're made for
I
children.
got
So it's a
Corpse Bride.
nightgown that
They're
doesn't
pretty
look
close.
like
And
the
it's
Corpse
made for a
Bride.
child. It has the Corpse Bride drawn on it.
It just has Corpse Bride
and
drawn.
I make it, excuse me, extra long.
Something wrong with your voice,
No.
dear?
You poison me?
Did you poison my sister?
So
No,
we
of
we
course
tie. So what we do is we tie two of them together, top to bottom.
That's right.
So one's. So I have t-shirt holes at the top, sleeves at the base. My legs go through the sleeve holes.
Following you.
Okay. So I got a nightgown on. Only goes to my midsection because I'm not
Okay.
a child.
Sure.
Then I'll sew the other one.
They make nightgowns for adult women.
Now with corpse bride on them.
Okay.
And then I'll sew it to the base of it, so it's upside down t-shirt on top of regular
On top of
t-shirt.
yeah.
My legs go through the t-shirt holes.
T-shirt holes, and
my
your
pee
arms
goes
go
through the
Your pee goes through what?
The neck hole.
The neck hole. Okay.
And same for my brother, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Although what I also do is I wrap my entire body with ace bandages.
Okay.
Just to
Yes.
fit in it better.
Well, and you're currently looking for tenants or patrons?
We're always looking for tenants.
We love to make money.
Just go to
We love to make
airbnb.com.
money.
We don't
love
have a
money.
retirement fund because we both never worked a day in our life.
That's right.
Did you grow up wealthy or
No.
No. So
Poor.
how do you eat? Because you wake up so hungry.
Well, I just go out into my yard and I grab an egg from a squirrel and eat it.
So why does the squirrel have so many eggs?
Squirrels
they-
steal eggs.
Oh, they do.
Oh, I
very
thought they
common.
made them.
Oh no! They can't. This is common misconception. They don't lay eggs, but they're
go
egg
around house
thieves.
to house.
They are egg thieves.
You owe me $1.
because
I
it
told
explains
you.
why there was a chicken in
That's
that one.
right.
I thought that squirrel had some fucked up sex.
Now, what I will do is I'll go.
Sorry.
Disappointing. You're these proud veterans of the great Korean conflict, and then this one, Scat, comes in here talking like a sailor, which she
Well,
probably was.
I was.
She's a salty broad.
You were a sailor.
Well, yeah, but for free, and I didn't work a day of it.
Okay, right.
That's right.
You never accepted a paycheck, much like Conan.
Sure, I
she
rode
was
boats. I rode boats.
She was an amateur sailor.
Yeah, a stowaway is I think what we call that.
Sure, yeah, I hid underneath.
But you do work on the boat. It's not like you were
Absolutely.
just a free ride.
You ever swab a deck?
Yeah, I swabbed a few decks in my day.
I bet you did.
See, now that was you this time.
That was-
No, I
was-
meant-
you have to,
wait a minute,
You
I-
know I wasn't being
I
flirtatious.
know you weren't.
Lot
No,
of
I
heat
didn't
between
mean
you
that.
two.
I just meant
So what
I
did
bet you did. That's all.
Oh, well, yeah, I did.
And
I'll take that bet.
We had bet on it actually before
you
the
did?
show. So yeah, I owe you $1 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
was
bet
not.
I didn't.
Did
I
that
bet that
come
you didn't,
across? You know what? Can
yeah.
I say one thing? I get in trouble with women a lot because that's my tone of voice.
Right.
But they'll say things like, oh, I was up all night, and I'm like, I bet you were.
And you are
they
literally
get
just
really
making bets on
offended.
this,
And
yeah.
then later on, I'm saying I could tell that she had sleep apnea.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, you're a genuine fellow. I don't know.
What were the circumstances that led you to make that wager?
Oh, I just before you came in here, I saw how old you were, and I was
We
like,
could see you guys
Yeah.
out sitting in the waiting room. The lead guest, myself, we're ushered right in. But I was
the B guests, as we call them.
yes,
for
and I
B
saw
block.
them. There's a whole section called the Beehive, I think is
Exactly,
your joke
yeah.
name for it. But it's where the bee guests hang out. And I saw this very elderly couple. I noticed the woman had a very hard mahogany-like protrusion from her stomach,
Thank
and
you.
it looked
Very-
like it had hinges that opened.
Right.
I wondered what kind of Hummel figurines were in there.
And that led you to say, like, I bet she has swapped a few decks in her day.
Well, first of all, I could tell that she had done a lot of what looked like, apparently she hasn't worked, but her hands are very gnarled.
Yes.
As though she had done hard work.
Lot
Why
of
are your
calluses.
hands so calloused and gnarled if you've never done a day's work?
Well, I actually spent a lot of time getting them to look this way. First, I was very into pottery.
You
Well, my brother
love-
and I always did the ghost scene.
We did the goat scene where we would get ready to do pottery, and then she would come and say, "Let's do the pottery," and I would say, "Get off my trade!" And I would scare her
a
out
different
of the room.
scene
when
than what I was thinking.
The
Tambor
ghost
gets,
scene.
when Jeffrey Tambor gets slashed
Right.
by that train.
Now look, I've told you a million times.
I think it's Vincent Schiavelli.
It's not
Jeffrey
Vincent
Tambor.
Schiavelli.
Jeffrey Tambor.
It's not Jeffrey Tibbs.
Yep.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, but you've been wrong about everything else.
Do you guys want to bet on this? Because you could
I'll
get
happily-
another $1.
Yeah.
You want to wager a bet? I need $1.
Why do you need a
You're
what
not going
happened?
to. Everyone's against you on this one.
Jeffrey Tambor does not get
I bet
smushed
you
by that train.
$10. Jeffrey Tambor was smushed by a train in a film.
Oh, wait. Or
she's
in the
open-
film Ghost.
She's opened it up.
Yeah, she's left it
She's
open to
opened it
any
up.
film.
You
In a
can't-
film?
That's right.
Wait a minute. I wish I
Or
had my
the future
phone handy.
season of Transparent.
I'm looking it up online.
The
look it up.
one he's not allowed to be on.
They're going to kill him off.
That's right.
Oh, wait a minute.
I
Look
bet
at
he
this.
gets smushed by a train.
I just looked it up. Jeffrey Tambor is the co-star of a 1988 film called Train Crusher.
Train Crusher,
Train
of
Crusher.
course.
$1 in singles, please.
All right, here you go.
Why do you want singles? Are you going to the strip club later?
Give her her
bet-
dollar
I
and
bet
single.
you
Oh, my
are.
dollar in singles.
Wait,
Well,
okay, yeah. He and I bet that you were going to a strip club
This
later.
is
so.
unfair how many bets there are.
Yeah, a lot of side pod action going on. Look, we need to take a break, but
Do we, though?
we do. But the name of the place is Tontomania.
Transylvania.
Transylvania. No, not Tonto from the Lone Ranger.
He doesn't listen. I'm sorry.
He's
I
a
apologize.
horrible
You wouldn't remember
interviewer.
Yes, of course. I've been there. As I said, a friend went, and he was freaked
All
out
right.
by the backdoor arrangement.
We'll fix it.
When we come back, the aforementioned Prudence Fart is going to be here, and that's very exciting.
You know, I've been
So-
trying to get Prudence for about
I know.
5 years.
I know, I got
and it
her.
has never happened. How'd you do that?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but she agreed to be in the C block, the cell block tango. We will be right back with Prudence Fart, more Conan O'Brien, more Pat and Scat Hampton Crat right after this. Sleeping on a mattress, and the right mattress, is the only way that you can dream, and you can turn your dreams into a reality with Squarespace. I got you. You thought it was a Lisa ad. It's not. It's a Squarespace ad in your face. Yep, Squarespace. We're talking about them. We all have dreams, and we all want to do things with our lives. You probably have a passion project. Maybe you have a new business, or you want to publish content, sell products. We all want to sell products. Look, if you want to do any of that stuff and you have a dream, Squarespace is the tool for you. Tools. Cavemen invented them. And we've been using them for 2,000 years since that day. They have beautiful templates created by world-class designers, the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks. You can easily make a beautiful website yourself. And trust me, I know, because I was out there going, I need a website. And my wife, Kulop, was looking to make a website for her film and everything. Bing, bang, boom. She used Squarespace. Totally easy. She came over to me. She was like, I made a website myself. And I was like, when did you get Southern? It's totally easy. Squarespace's powerful e-commerce functionality lets you sell anything online. Analytics help you grow your site in real time, and everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box. Nothing to patch, nothing to upgrade ever. Buying domains is simple, trust me. You will get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support. Squarespace empowers millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, and this, frankly, I don't even know why they do this, but even restaurants and gyms, the lowest of the low when it comes to businesses, they help them. They help them turn great ideas into something real. Head over to squarespace.com/bangbang for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use that offer code BANGBANG to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That is squarespace.com/bangbang, offer code BANGBANG. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here with Conan O'Brien and Pat and Scat. Patman and Skatricia Hampton Crat are here from the Katana...
Transylvania.
Trentomania.
Sounds like you don't even want to stay there the way you're forgetting the name.
It's an airbean. You can stay there.
Airbean.
We're just in the backyard in a yurt. Don't worry.
Wait, it's a
Everything's
yurt
fine.
situation?
and we,
we
could
didn't
also
cover
We
that.
move
call it
into
a
the
yurt.
walls if you're more interested in having us close by for help.
Well, actually, before we rented out, before we built the yurt on the back, what we used to do was live inside the walls. You've probably heard these stories of
Like a
people
Bad
doing
Ronald
that.
situation?
Like a Bad Ronald situation. Except we're good Ronalds.
We're good Scat and Pat.
Well, let's get to our next guest. Hold
on.
No, we want to know more.
She is a homemaker, and Conan has been trying to get her on his show for quite a while, but I was able to land her. Please welcome Prudence Farts. Hello.
I'm a ghost.
What?
I'm a ghost.
You're a ghost?
I'm a ghost.
Why did I not introduce you as Ghost? You're a
I was a homemaker when I was alive.
you're a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
How scary.
Isn't it scary?
I mean,
I'm scared.
Oh, thank you so much for reacting.
And for sitting up to 90 degrees.
It's okay if we lay down here, right?
You'd been laying down this entire interview.
So what kind of insecure ghost has to keep shouting, "I'm a ghost"?
Well, that's my problem. I guess I've been told I'm too insecure for a ghost. I keep trying to scare people, but it
You're
comes
not
out
scary.
like this. It is, boo! Is that okay? Like
You're too apologetic.
I'm sorry.
And it should be apparent that you're no ghost.
I know.
Frankenstein doesn't go around saying, "I am Frankenstein."
But I'm a ghost.
You're not see-through in any regard? You just look
No.
like a regular human being.
No, because I have to acquire a certain number of scares in order to graduate to a haint, and that's when you become.
Oh my,
you
are
all
you
right?
all right?
Oh my God.
I never seen a
And that's
ghost
when
choke
you
to death.
become transparent.
I hope nothing
Sorry.
bad happens to that ghost.
I really had the vapors.
What's a haint?
It's
It hain't a ghost.
a haint is a ghost that's real see-through. It's like misty.
Right.
And so in order for me to become translucent in that way, I have to get a certain number of scares, but I'm just having the hardest time.
Well, it's very difficult. I would imagine you'd be scarier were you to be translucent. It's a catch-22 situation.
I know.
How are you
damned if you
able
do,
to...
damned if you don't. That's what I said.
When did you say that?
Just now.
Right. We can establish that you're saying things. You don't need to say that.
Okay,
That's what you
okay,
said
yeah,
after
yeah.
each thing
That's
that
what
you
he
said.
said.
That's what I said.
That's what
that?
she said.
Who said that and when?
You have to open your eyes when we're doing the interview.
That's
you have to
what he
actually
said.
look at us.
I'm lying down. I can't.
That's what he said.
I can only see the underside of the table.
That's what he said. That's what she said.
When a ghost is present, I like to know how they died.
Yes.
And we have a homemaker
Great
here, which is a
question.
very safe occupation.
Would you fall on a mop?
Yeah. No, that
What'd
was a
you get
little-
reamed by a mop?
You know, this is all funny to you guys. Everyone thinks you get rimmed by mops
Are
or
you
whatever.
a mop fucker?
I said reamed.
Who said rimmed by a mop?
Look, everyone thinks you're a homemaker. You're getting rimmed by mops day and
If
day
you're
out.
lucky.
Listen to me. That's not how I died. You want to know how I died?
We do, yeah.
I've been dead for 5,000 years.
That's older than the Earth.
No, it's not.
What?
I didn't realize you were a Christian scientist.
By the way, I
5,000
have some
years.
materials for you that I want to give you after the show.
5,000 years. That puts you.
5,000
Well, this
years.
is really getting back to, almost pre-written record.
I know. That's what I kept telling people. I was like, we should write this stuff down, and no one believed me.
Did you reside when you were alive on these very grounds here?
Well,
in what's
yeah.
come to be known as America?
That's right. I sure did. I lived in a sod house, and I think I had a family. I don't really remember.
Well, it's been a long time.
I know. And I was making. This is how I died. How I died was.
She's going to tell us.
She's
I'm gonna
finally
tell
going to
you.
tell us.
Everyone be
Get
quiet.
ready.
She's
I'm
going
gonna
to
tell
tell
you
us.
guys.
Get ready. Here we
You
go.
guys,
Give her a
listen.
chance to talk.
You guys, you stopped interrupting her. She can tell us for
You guys,
once.
I'm going to tell you right now. Here it comes. I'm
Okay.
saying it right now. It's coming out
Let me
right
get settled in.
It's coming out.
I slipped on soup and bonked my noodle.
That sounds like an old nursery rhyme.
I slipped on soup and bonked my noodle, and then I was dead.
And then you were dead.
Yes.
Well, I mean, what was the life expectancy back then? It was probably only about 21 or so.
Yeah, it
how
was
old were you when you
young.
died? Did you?
I was 19.
You were 19?
Yes,
Wow,
and
the Paul
I think
Hardcastle.
I heard a family. I don't remember.
Well, have you tried to go back and haunt them?
Well, no, they're long gone now.
But are they
Aren't
ghosts?
they ghosts?
I haven't even thought about that.
You really should.
Well, I tell you.
Fill out
I
your
could.
backstory a little bit.
I
If I
suppose
be-
I could.
If I ever become a ghost, first thing I'm going to do is find out who else is a ghost.
I'm going to find my
Anyone I know?
It's like when you
Listen.
join a club,
Yeah.
you want to know who
Yeah.
else is in the club.
Yeah. Well, sure. Okay, you guys know all about being a ghost. You get rimmed by mops and meet other friends. That's not how ghosthood works. A lot of times, as a ghost, you're contained to the place that you died.
Does everyone become a ghost who dies, or do you have unfinished business?
No, I have unfinished business. That was my soup.
You wanted to complete
You
eating
didn't
the
finish
soup?
eating it?
I didn't finish the soup. I didn't finish making it. I
Was
spilled
it-
it and I
was it
slipped
round?
on it. And bonked my noodle.
Oh, yeah. What's the soup round?
Well,
No,
she never
we
got it
ate-
in the bowl. It spilled.
No, it spilled. That's
Can
right.
I ask? It's been 5,000 years. Why don't you just make some soup and you can move on?
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I mean, you're not
Cool.
translucent. I can touch you.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. Hey.
Why do you have
This
to
is
prove
not.
it that
This
way?
is not a Me Too situation.
Don't
I-
touch
doing
us
that.
I
either.
touched
It's
her
an us
hand.
too,
I
bitch.
touched her hand.
Ghosts can give consent
You know what I heard
too.
is actually the words out that Scott likes to take public transportation, touch women, and then say, "I thought you might be a ghost."
What? No, please.
Yeah.
I don't want that out here.
That's true.
No, no.
Is that
That's
why
his-
you're wearing those loose sweatpants?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. He says, "I'm the ghost catcher."
I'll change into
This
tight
is my,
sweatpants.
these
if
are
you
my
need me
loose
to.
sweatpants that I wear when I'm out hunting
Bill
ghosts.
Murphy, the ghost catcher.
But here's my thing. The sod house, the area that my sod house used to be, now it's a Costco.
Oh,
And-
well,
and
there's
I
plenty
tried
of
to-
soup there.
Well, I know, but that's right. But I know, but also...
It seemed like
but
you were
now-
trying to tell us something that would impede you from
But
doing
she
this.
didn't make the soup.
But I didn't make the soup.
Who makes the soup?
Here's the thing.
Who makes the
Who
soup?
makes the soup? I don't know. Not me. I have to, because now I'm a ghost. That was my unfinished business. But now that I'm a ghost, I have to, get 10 scares to be a haint, and then I have to get 25 scares to be a ghoul, and
circumvent
then I
all
go
of
to
that
heaven.
and just finish your soup.
I'm trying.
You make it sound so easy, Scott. What do you know about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you know about
Just what she's
Yeah.
told me.
Well,
Wait,
making
you're
soup-
with them?
I'm with them. Making soup isn't the easiest thing in the world.
How many times have you made soup in your life?
I've never made soup.
You just bought it, right?
No, I just refuse to get near the stuff. I think it's I think
Really?
it's a death trap. It's a suicide rap. You better get out while you're young.
You only eat solid foods? Squares?
Yeah, I won't sip some hot liquid just to make an old man happy.
Or am I the old man?
I don't know. I'm not. This went down a bad road and took us away what I thought was a very fertile area. Talking to a 2,000-year-old ghost who speaks.
5,000.
Okay, I'm sorry.
5,019, to be
Listen.
fair.
I'm a little curious. 5,000 years old. You use almost. I don't know your accent.
Yeah, have you appropriated this accent?
It feels like you've appropriated some of the characteristics of someone who grew up in the 1950s, 60s.
Hey, you looking at me?
Yeah, exactly. You've got kind of a Joanne Worley laughing reference
I
no
mean-
one listening can understand kind of vibe.
Well, I do, when you're a ghost for this long, you do start to acquire certain things from around you, way people,
I had a friend who went to
vernacular.
England for 10 days and came back, with a British accent. So
Here's
I can see
Mike
how it would happen.
Hanford.
No, he came back hating martinis.
Here's what I don't get. Movies.
Wait, they've been around for 100 years.
To be fair, she is working on her stand-up set.
Oh, that's
wait,
right.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
died
wait, you have a
5,000
type
I
5
do.
on
I
this?
have a
Okay,
type
let's
5.
let's hear a
I
little bit of
want to
this.
hear
yeah.
some of her
Okay.
stand-up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me. What? Guys, no, but for real. Here's what I don't get. Am I right? Everyone doesn't get a thing. Movies. Got it?
So it was just similar to what you said, but then it's
Just a
then
lot
you
of preamble?
introduced a bunch.
But yeah, you gotta warm
Yeah.
them up. Yeah, one thing I've
I'm
learned
warm.
as a ghost is really?
Yeah, that warmed me right up.
I enjoy that warm
Are
up.
you warm? Because I'm very cold, and I would love to get some human heat.
Just
Do
put
you
on a
mind if
jacket.
Whoa, she just started touching me.
Yeah, it's so easy to just
Here,
get
there's
a
one
jacket.
right here. Just
I
put a
bet-
jacket.
I bet you'd like to slip it on her, huh, Scott?
Yeah, we did bet about
He's
that.
always
right
trying to put
before.
clothes on women.
Jesus, man.
Here,
He's an
look, I can
operator.
touch you, right? So,
Oh, shoot. Hey,
let me put
wait.
this jacket on you. Here, let me
Okay.
drape it around your shoulder.
Prudence.
Does that make you warmer?
Oh, she absorbed it.
I absorb it. I absorb things I put on me.
Now it's a ghost jacket.
That's right. Exactly.
You
Guys,
just touched my arm and it became so cold and numb.
sorry. That's my problem is at the Costco, I can't get the scares I need to become a haint because everyone just thinks I'm a customer.
Why do they
okay.
think you're a customer?
Do you have a
I
Costco ID?
Of course I have a Costco idea. They wouldn't let me in there otherwise.
But so you are a customer there,
Well,
You pay $100 a year.
I pay a membership fee, sure.
and you
but
shop
I'm-
there.
No, I mean I
You just
push
said
around
you
a cart.
shop.
I push around a cart
That's
and I
what you
put
said.
things in it.
Is this ghost money? Where are you getting money?
Ghost bucks?
Oh no, Ghost Bucks. Well, we have Ghost Gold, and that's the thing. When you become
Oh.
a ghost,
Is it
you're
spelled
given a certain
GHOLD?
amount. You're given an
Certain amount
allowance.
of
I
gold?
hope it
An
is.
allowance.
An
a week-
allowance.
Weekly?
I hope
No,
it
yearly
is.
allowance, but every year that you're around, it gets less and less
Ghost,
and less.
ghost. Is
I don't see anyone.
Call
who
on
has
Pat.
the Pat Hampton
Oh,
crap.
Pat. Pat.
Transylvania.
Hi,
Listen,
Pat.
this gold spelled GHOLD, asking for a sister.
Yeah, what's my question to be fair?
Okay, thank you, Pat, for your question. The answer to that is no.
Oh.
And I tell you what else. How does the TV work?
Is that also part of the stand-up set?
Yeah, you seem to be confused about one thing: moving images. It's
Hey.
basically a series of still photos,
It makes
like a
sense to me.
flip book. That
She
are
was alive.
shown-
She was alive 5,000 years ago. She's been dead for 5,000.
Yeah, but wait, let me
TV's
ask-
only been around for 100.
Let me ask
What
about
did
other
that jump
things.
to?
Do you,
Thank you, Scott.
what about iPhones? Do you understand iPhones?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, well then,
Everyone saw the iPhone coming.
right. So it's just this one particular thing you have a blind.
Yeah, I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I need to.
What could be more important than you not understanding movies?
More importantly, I really want to become a haint because then I could become a ghoul and then
Well,
I
maybe
can
we
go
can
to
help you.
heaven.
Maybe
Well, that
we
would
could be
great.
scared at something you do.
What's a ghoul? And the next step is heaven?
Haint, ghoul, and then you go to heaven.
So what defines a ghoul?
A ghoul is the scariest ghost.
So you're translucent as a haint.
As a haint, you're
when you
translucent.
graduate to a ghoul, you get pointy ears?
No,
sharp
when you're a
teeth?
ghoul, you get to have whatever you want pour out of you.
Pour out of you.
Mm-hmm.
What, and what do
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
What do you want to pour out of you?
Jolly Ranchers.
Why not soup?
Then you could
shit.
drink it and then just go to heaven right then.
I just can't get over the way
Kiss it
Pat
right.
said ghoul.
Ghoul.
Yeah, I love that. It's you got a little.
Well, I'm obsessed with ghouls because here's what I understand about them. Ghouls cannot touch you, and you cannot touch the ghouls. Is that correct?
That's only at like a haunted house, like at Universal
those are
Studios, or not
actors.
Scary
That's
Farm.
not just across the board.
Those are immersive theater
It
actors.
wasn't ghouls. It was girls.
So maybe you could try to scare us.
I would love that.
And you
Do
could
you
get
mind?
how many do you need? Do you need 5?
I need 10. I have
You need
4.
10. You have 4. So
I'm
you need,
afraid
okay,
I'm
you need
going to
6.
see it coming since we've already been
No. Everyone,
conversing with this ghost for quite some
How are
time.
you going to
That's okay.
surprise us?
pretend
Yeah.
to be busy.
Okay, pretend.
All right.
Pretend
All
to
right.
be busy.
I'm typing.
A new listing
I'm
for
sawing.
a client.
I'm on a train going by.
Jeffrey Tambell.
I'm building a pyramid.
Ooh, do you like me?
Ah!
Duh.
Was that a real scare? You can't
No.
fake it.
The problem was you just said, "Do you like me?"
I know. I just want to make sure. Do
Yeah,
you?
you have to be more
You weren't
confident.
scared. You had an orgasm.
Well,
He likes,
Do you like me?
He likes the position of
that's
power.
what happens to you when you have an
gets to say
orgasm.
what
When I
You're
have an
scared?
orgasm, that's the sound I make. I go, There's a little. I make that noise.
What do you do,
And then you
Pat?
ask, "Do you like me?"
And then I go, do you like me?
When I have an orgasm, which is every 2 hours,
Every 2 hours.
Yes.
You're just about due.
I know. What I
You
usually
can
do
set your
is
clock by it.
I yell the beginning of the Pledge of Allegiance.
Just the beginning.
Just the
How
beginning.
far?
Right up to God.
So
I won't say it.
you won't say God.
That's pretty far.
But you do say under?
Not while I'm having an orgasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do say under.
I respect that.
Thank you.
Don't you want to know what I do?
What do you? Oh, sure. Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you
Like
do?
I don't already know.
Yeah, like I don't already know.
Oh, you've haunted her?
Did you haunt her
I've
house?
been haunting all you guys.
Do an impression of me. Yeah, I do a
That's
Popeye
you.
noise.
Like Popeye starting an old car.
So I think you need to be more confident in your
Yeah,
scares.
no,
Like
definitely.
don't say, be confident that you're actually going to scare us. Why don't you
Okay,
try
sorry.
something out on someone else? I mean,
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, try saying a scary thing rather than
what's
asking
the
a vulnerable
Okay.
Try
question.
saying the scariest thing that you can think of.
Okay.
Okay, here
All
we
right,
go.
I'll look away.
Sure.
Me too. I'll look up.
I'll look down.
Ready?
Great.
Library late fees.
Everyone doesn't really do that anymore.
Everyone doesn't really do that anymore.
I usually read things on this
Everyone's
iPhone.
not really doing that.
Everyone
so
doesn't
much.
usually do that anymore.
Everyone doesn't quite do that so much.
Yeah, library late fees.
Okay.
Why
I'm
are
sorry.
those so scary to you, by the way? Because
Oh my gosh,
you've
they
been a
really
ghost since
add up.
libraries were invented.
But they really add up. You
Yeah.
think you haven't taken a book back in a few years, and you're like, how much could that be?
Mm.
And then it becomes like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
That's true. true. That's
and
I
they
mean-
don't take ghost gold.
I remember I once, this isn't a library situation, but I rented Red Rock West and I owed $80 on it when I finally returned it years later.
Red
So
Rock
that's-
Rest.
Yeah, a Nicolas Cage film.
2 minutes
From the name.
later.
Red Rock. So try to think of something scarier.
Okay,
Anything.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Something really scary.
Oh no. It's cloudy outside and inside.
Cloudy inside.
Just a lie.
Just means you have glaucoma.
Yeah, are your eyes all right?
Isn't that scary?
Glaucoma is kind of scary.
You know what? Yes,
Glaucoma-
glaucoma is scary.
That's
Okay,
the scariest
okay.
thing you
that.
said.
Why don't you stick to medical things?
Glaucoma.
Okay.
Yes, that's pretty good, actually.
But it's
Yeah,
we don't
scarier
have it.
though. There's
Can I-
something more
Can I-
life-threatening.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Instead of just naming scary things, like what you should do is because you're a ghost and you're appearing there, you should make it personal and like say a thing you're gonna do to the person you're trying to scare.
Yes, threaten them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, let me try it again. Ooh, I'm gonna kiss you on the cheek. Ah! I got her!
I just sat up.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Dang
too
it.
bad.
I'm just not good at
Yeah.
this. I'm just gonna be stuck in
So what's
ghosthood
what's
forever.
the filthiest, most angry thing you can say? Like try that out.
Ooh.
Filthiest.
Yeah, just really try to scare us. Just
Yeah.
really get down in the dirt.
Okay, banana.
Banana.
Carrot top. Carrot top.
Well, I mean, that's. I mean, Conan.
Yeah.
That could have been a childhood nickname for
Fellow
you.
redheaded comedian who's overly muscled.
Overly, I think he's perfectly muscled.
I was saying we have that in common.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I feel like if you ate Carrot Top, he'd be delicious.
I think he would. Yeah.
If you were a cannibal and you
Yeah.
cooked him and ate him.
He'd be
Nice and
victim
toasted
number
brown.
1. Well, I'm sorry. I just don't think that you're
No.
going to get 6 more scares here today.
No, watch this. Watch the.
She's getting frantic.
I'm actually frightened that you're going to re-die.
This is the scariest stuff.
She's shifting.
I'm allergic. I'm actually
Immediately?
yeah. I'm very allergic to. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Is that?
You're afraid.
Yeah, I guess.
I got a scare.
Okay, well you're halfway home.
Okay.
I wish you hadn't picked 6 more. Because there's no way to
Well.
really get 5 more.
Apparently, we have plenty of time. So
No, I'm afraid we're just about wrapping up. That's
we
the
are.
issue. Yeah.
Prudence, really, can I just ask Prudence really
Yeah,
quick?
one last question. Everyone gets one last question.
Your other successful scares, what did you do?
It was at Costco. I took the last Hot Pocket from the sample tray and I made a little kid cry, and that was scary.
Yeah, that's a little bit
For the
cruel.
more
kids.
sad than
Yeah.
scary.
All right, one question over here from
you-
Scatological.
Just wondering about your past. From when you were alive 5,000 years ago, do you know Jesus or any of the religious figures?
I don't. No. But I come because I lived in America, and what became America?
He
What
wasn't,
was it
he
back
wasn't
then?
there.
You were like a cave person?
Yeah. But I come from a long line of farts, and so all my family.
So you were
going way
named after
back.
the sound
we
that
haven't
your
really
family
touched
made a
on
lot.
that.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
All right, Conan, one last question for you.
You said you didn't know Jesus. You were born in the Americas. The Mormons believe Jesus came from America, which leads me to believe that you're a Mormon and you've been lying to us. I will submit this proof in writing. You can do what you will.
It's
Scott.
true. He's written it all down
I've
right
written it all
here.
down
yeah.
right here.
Word.
Oh my! It's here as clear as day.
Yeah.
This
Oh my
is quite a
gosh.
turnaround.
Yeah.
Are you-
Unzip.
What?
Oh my God!
Latter Day Saint in the house.
LDS.
She was wearing a ghost costume.
So she wasn't a
Yeah,
ghost
that
the
wasn't
whole time.
see-through and looked just like a woman.
That's right. I made up everything about that ghost stuff.
She had a zipper going from the forehead to, well, the crotchal area.
Sure, yeah.
And
A
none of us
general
commented
region.
on it the whole time out of politeness, but I
Sure,
had to
I
go for
don't-
the jugular here at the end.
Yeah.
I thought it was because she
Can
was
I
a ghost.
please now listen? Can I please talk to all of you about joining the Church of Latter-day
Oh no,
Saints?
we're running out of time. Actually, we just
I only
I'm
had
so
2.5 hours
sorry.
to be
Yeah.
here, so.
Sorry.
like to hear
we're
it.
Okay.
No,
We're driving
getting-
in the same unicycle.
we're rubbing up right against your orgasm here. I don't want that to happen
Don't
at the
rub
same
up
time.
against it.
I feel it coming.
All right, look,
I don't
we,
like this sexual stuff.
we
It
only
makes me
have one
uncomfortable.
last thing to do here on the show, and that's a little something called plugs.
Gonna have to do the.
Just now. Tell me about your blood song. Where you gonna be and what you gonna do when you get there? And if you're pre-recording this like I know you are, adjust the dates accordingly and maybe call your publicist. Just in case you've got something that's coming up.
Ooh, the rare plug song fade out. Amazing.
How long is it?
Usually they just end short and sweet.
Almost
right
like
on
Stairway to Heaven. That
Yeah,
was incredible.
my gosh.
I had time to go make a sandwich.
It's important to write these things down by Lil Andy Friedberg. Thanks for that plugs theme submission. Conan, you should submit, you're a musician, you should submit a plugs theme to us.
I ain't no good.
Oh, come on. I'd love to at least do the Deliverance theme.
You're
Make
right.
Jack McBrayer dance here.
No, he told you he's not good.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, that was your cue to jump in and go, you're quite good.
I gave you an
no one-
approximation of that.
No, you didn't really.
All right, what are we plugging here? Conan, I'll give you, as a guest, I'll give you the position of power plugs here.
Okay, my new podcast is called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. It was voted best new podcast ever by the Wall Street Journal.
Congratulations.
And Lancet magazine, the medical magazine, and Cigar Aficionado. It is coming out November 17th. All you have to do is swipe up on your iPhone when you get on jibjub.org or flip it over to GorbGorb. It's available on Stitcher.
It's a Stitcher, Earwolf, and Team Coco co-production.
That's right. All the best minds. And you know what happens when so many cooks get involved? Nothing but goodness. It really is going to be the best thing you've ever heard.
And this is pure, unadulterated Conan. This is you doing just what you want to do.
It's me doing what I gots to do. And that's with a Z. G-O-T-Z.
So you're not in control of this.
I am in total control. And I am. I won't have that. I won't have that from you. You
made it sound like you were compelled to do it by
I will not,
unseen forces.
I will not be badgered by some hotelier who I barely know. We've been here just a few hours.
We know
together.
each other a little bit.
Please. But anyway, it's available. I'm told that you swipe up on the device. You can download it immediately.
It's wherever you get podcasts currently.
Yes. I don't know where that is.
That's a lot of people get them on the iTunes. A lot of people get them on their podcast apps.
Spotify, Stitcher,
Spotify,
something
everywhere.
called Rabadoo. There's another thing called Shambadam.
They're just making up syllables now for companies.
Gormhole. Gormhole
Yeah.
is one. Schrader. If you get the Schrader app.
Schrader.
Yeah,
many
and that's
A's
a
is that?
diagonal. Schrader, that's 3 A's and 4 umlauts. Squanto, it's available on Squanto. Hipposhalom, you can get it on.
So it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, those
Anything else?
specific places.
Anything else you want to plug? January.
I think Black & Decker tools are
great,
the best
yeah.
tools.
Are they?
They really are. I
It's
think,
sad that Sears is going out of business because that's where you used to get them. They have the
you can-
lifetime guarantee.
Trust me, they will survive Sears. Black & Decker tools. And I'm not saying that because I'm being paid by Black & Decker.
Certainly
I'm
not. No, of course
I'm
not.
not.
No. But
I'm saying it because I would like to be played by Black &
yeah, were they to be paying people, you're right
You know what's
here.
a good car? A Lamborghini's a good car.
But what other high-end luxury items do you want to be?
I think the Bugatti's a fine car.
Sure.
I think really good, fine lambskin gloves to
protect that Irish skin?
Yeah.
I like name brand soda.
We're not
Like
allowed to
RC
have
Cola?
it though.
We're not
By whom?
Our
We don't-
mother
our mommy says
forbade
no.
us.
So mommy on her deathbed said you can't
No
have name brand.
no name brand soda.
No name brand soda.
Do you guys want to plug something here? Obviously,
Yes.
you have
Yes.
Quanto
We have
House or
a
whatever it's
podcast.
called.
Brantomania.
Tantomania, and we want to plug Freedom.
Freedom. What show is
It's
this?
a great podcast where
Yes.
3 friends talk to each other about everything under the sun.
I know this is my side podcast. I'm in
You're
this one.
on
You're
it,
plugging
yeah.
my show.
You're
Yeah.
on it?
I'm on it. Yeah.
And Lauren
I'm the
Lapkus
least.
you're the
and
extra
Paula
guy.
I'm the least
Tompkins.
popular member.
You're the extra guy.
yeah.
Yeah, you're the other guy.
That's
You're the
Paula
guy that-
Tompkins, Lauren Lapkus, and the unpopular guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the guy that
sad
makes
to
it
me?
so the other two can have fun.
They have a show together.
It's
yes.
sad to me that when you said I want to plug freedom, I thought you meant the freedom and dignity of all human beings. But
no.
you meant a podcast.
No, and now is the time to clear it up. It's freedom. THR.
Yeah, your lisps are getting in the way of the plug.
Freedom.
Wait.
Freedom.
THR.
freedom.
Like the number 3.
Oh, you're hard to understand.
Threesome, but with a
Sorry.
T, but with a dumb.
I should also mention that the hosts of Freedom are in this week's Mr. Miracle issue 12.
What?
Yeah, the comic
drawn
book.
into the background of that. So
I'm really
look for
excited
that,
to
yes.
see that.
Prudence, what would you like to
Hi, I'd like to plug Mormonism. Get
No.
yourself.
Sorry, can't do that.
Okay, then if you're not going to do that, check out My Dead Wife, the Robot Car on Stitcher Premium.
Oh, and I have a couple of plugs. I want to plug PCast Blast is coming up December 15th at the theater at the Ace Hotel. Tickets are still on sale. That is Comedy Bang Bang featuring myself and Paul F. Tompkins and Lauren Lapkus, other special guests. We also have the Andy Daly Pilots podcast project, Doughboys, Throwing Shade, Off Book the Improvised Musical, and Teacher's Lounge. All 6 of those shows in one day.
No Hollywood Handbook?
No.
I can't believe the boys are left out.
Oh, please. The most annoying fan base in podcasts. That's December 15th. Come check us out here in Los Angeles. I also want to plug, there's a show that I produced that's going to be on Netflix this Friday. It's called Sick Note with Rupert Grint and Nick Frost. So
I'm excited to see that.
yes,
Grint.
check
Grint.
that out. And also, this is the last episode. Voting for the best of 2018 is now open.
Oh, it's got to be this one.
It's got to be this one. This is the last one
Start
that's
with the one you
eligible for
remember
the
the
year.
most,
So
the one you always listen to.
yeah,
The
so
one you love with all your
head on
heart.
over to earwolf.com where the voting is, and you can vote for 10 of your favorite episodes, and we will count those down.
If it's
in
out
about
of
a month's
10,
time.
this is easily one of them.
This has got to be one, right?
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was you only had one shot. If this is one of 10, there's
10.
no way this isn't one of the 10.
Please, we need people advocating for the episode. So,
Please, people.
please. Let's
please,
beg
oh,
the
please,
people
oh,
to vote for this
please.
one.
Please, oh,
Please, we need this win.
Please, we need it.
All right, let's close up the old plug bag. Another song.
Oh my God. Just a song on the way out? Oh my
A
God.
longer one. It's time to open the bag. It's time to open up.
It's saying open.
I know it's. Every year Ben Schwartz forgets that it's supposed to be a song about closing the bag.
You are showing no respect for people's time here. Absolutely no respect.
When you say that, you don't mean the listener, you mean yourself, right? All right, guys, I want to thank you so much. Prudence Farts, good luck to you with 5 more scares. Come back and maybe we'll get one per show.
I sure hope so.
Oh,
Joseph
no, I forgot
Smith
you're not a
is
ghost.
real.
I forgot you're not a ghost.
Joseph
You're Mormon.
Smith. Joseph Smith.
Pat and Scat, Hampton Crat, good luck to you with your Brazilian wax yurt.
Why is that the only thing you remember?
We have a
It's a house.
beautiful
Sexiest thing.
home where we serve you shaped foods.
And Conan O'Brien, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Stick around and you'll record your last episode as well right after this one.
Very nice.
And good luck to you with the podcast. That sounds fascinating.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
Oh,
America.
no, it's
to the
coming.
republic for which it stands,
It's
one
coming.
nation under-
Oh, you didn't even get to under. All right. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, this is Arnie from the comedy podcast Hello from the Magic Tavern, a chat show I host from the magical land of Foon with my co-hosts
Usador, the Blue Wizard.
And Chuck, the shapeshifter.
Most weeks we interview adventurers,
Wedding planners.
Ambulatory trees.
but this week we have a special episode.
I am so excited to learn about the Earth lore contained in Pride and Prejudice.
We're going to do a book club of Pride and Prejudice.
And you said this is a well-loved book on Earth, right?
Yeah, it's one of those books that people love or were forced to read, or more likely it's one of those I'm going to get to it's.
And some of our most beloved guests are returning to read the book with us and enjoy some drinks and food over book club.
We have Flower, we have Crom the Barbarian.
And Germ.
You know who they are.
Maybe you don't give a crap about what an academic thinks about Jane Austen, but don't you want to know what a wizard and a badger think about it?
Not enough spells.
Not enough grubs.
Not enough sword fights.
Whether you love Pride and Prejudice or have no interest in reading it and just want to listen to a book club go really off the rails, you'll enjoy this week's Hello from the Magic Tavern.
We shall defeat this book.